This Friday, 8 p.m. Central. We're gonna find out who's winning the Jack 14, the Russell's 15, and the Weller Full Proof Store pick at 8 p.m. It's gonna be me, Kurt. Is Kent gonna be here?
Yeah, he'll be in charge of the pours.
And Kent will be in charge. Michelle will be here. There's gonna be pizza. I think Jeff is coming. I don't know who else is gonna be here.
All right,
but it's gonna be a good time. Don't miss it.
Hey all, welcome to another edition of Malt Monday, where we...
Have we done this before?
Yes, we did it one other time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Also another edition. Ooh, you got a haircut, didn't you?
I sure did.
Snazzy? I don't know what I was trying to say.
I didn't play around, dude.
No, you didn't.
She asked me, she goes, how short do you want it? And her name is Joy. She's been cutting hair for, I can't count how many years, man. She's like 70 years old. She's still doing it.
Is it the barbershop off of 30?
Lee's.
You
Remember?
Yeah, you made me. Yeah, dude. I used to have hair. Like I could eat my hair as a kid, and he would take us boys to the freaking barbershop next to the Viking Chili Bowl. And we would just get buzzed, man.
She knows how to cut hair one way.
Yes, she does.
And that's it.
And I was not digging it. I cried several times because I was distraught. I worked really hard on that hair.
As you can see, he made it through it, and he's just fine.
Barely.
He's fine.
No, I'm not. I'm balding. I blame.
You blame Joy?
Joy, yeah, it's Joy's fault.
It's not Joy's fault. Are you kidding me?
No, go to Lee's barbershop if you want a good cut.
They got a couple ladies in there that are cutting forever. They'll take care of you.
Yeah. Good intro. We're filming on Easter Sunday.
Yes.
We are. I've had about 4 hours of sleep. Been up since 3:45. Just got off of a plane. We're filming. I'm going to bed after this video. But we got some malts here.
It's been a long weekend. We had in Trenton. I don't know if he planned his trip intentionally. Hard to say. But we had a whole shindig at my brother's house yesterday, and of course we have our yearly get together at Bushy's house, which is a big, big thing on Easter.
I'm sad.
And I just got back from that, and Trenton missed both of them.
I'm just terrible about it.
Shame.
But I'm excited to try some of these malts.
Yeah,
single malts.
Back to business.
Yeah.
Enough of this bantering back and forth here. We did this one other time, Trent, and I love it. I love American single malts. It is fastly heading up the ladder of some of my favorite types of whiskey that I love to drink here at home when I'm just sitting by myself and chilling and relaxing.
I might have said this before, but like it goes rye, American single malt, bourbon for me.
For you.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. It's got to be in my top 3, but I don't know where it would land exactly. I'd really have to think hard about it.
Yeah. Dude, the flavors are just so
yeah,
unctuous.
Yes, it is. I love it. I really do. And when we are able to secure a few different new bottles, we'll have one of these shows.
Yeah.
Because I like to keep putting them out there. It's for those of you, and we'll say I've said this too many times probably, and I'll make it concise and short, but don't limit yourself. Don't do that. And it's okay if bourbon's your whiskey of choice. It's all good. If that's your favorite and that's your go-to, more power to you. But I'm on messages all the time with people going, I just talked to a guy last week that said I tasted my first peated scotch and I couldn't believe it. I absolutely loved it.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know. And I told him, you're in the minority. That usually doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But if he wouldn't have kind of stepped out there a little bit and at least tried it, he would have never known.
Yeah.
So try it. You never know.
It's hard to get outside your comfort zone. I am one that struggles with that, but give it a shot.
Yeah. So what do we got on the bar top, bud? We got 3 brand new American single malts. I take it back. I did taste this one, but I haven't tasted the rest of them.
I haven't tasted any of these.
This is a Cedar Ridge product. Fantastic whiskey coming out of Cedar Ridge in Iowa. This is their QuintEssential American single malt. This is a new American oak, number 3 char, aged 6 years. Trent, this comes in at 123.2 proof. So obviously not finished. Sorry, not finished in anything, right? No wine cask, port cask, none of that. Just oak.
And Cedar Ridge does have a winery. I believe that's how they started. So a lot of the stuff that you'll find from them does get finished in some kind of wine cask, and it's all very good. All of these, we will put links in the description. You can buy all these online. State depending, it's all going to vary on what state you're in. But we'll put all the links to these in the description if you want to check these out and purchase these. Yeah. So this was $70 on Cedar Ridge's website.
That's what I love about Cedar Ridge so much. They're so efficiently priced and usually fantastic. I haven't tasted this one, so we'll find out.
6-year, 123 proof American single malt. for $70. I mean, come on. That's out of this world.
Yeah, let's see what we got, Bubba. Let's see if some of this whiskey will wake you up a little bit.
Man, no, this is gonna ooh. I get like this really like nice lingering taffy note.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. There's some cinnamon in there is the first thing I grabbed. Definitely some brown sugar. It wants to dip into some baking spice too. I wouldn't say that's the most, that's the strongest aromas coming out of the glass, but that taffy note's spot on though.
It's not like super American single malty though.
No, it's not.
And I think that's like coming from that oak. What is it again? The new American oak.
Yeah,
I think that's partially
American oak.
Yeah.
So this has not been aged in any used casks according to the label. It's been aged in a brand new char number 3 American oak cask.
I'm going full
Oh,
send.
I love it.
Holy juicy. Wow, bro.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
It is. It's wonderful. You do not have now correct me if I'm wrong, Trenton. That's the first sip of the day, 123 proof. So,
It's hitting.
I don't want to say it's giving me a Kentucky hug because God forbid a lot of people would be upset about that.
It's giving the Iowa hug.
Give me an Iowa hug, that's for sure. But I, on the first sip, did not pick up any of those jammy fruit notes that you'd find in whiskeys that are new American oak, American single malt finished whiskeys. But boy,
I'm gonna go out right now on a limb and say if you're still kind of on the dividing line of not really wanting to pull the trigger on American single malt, or you're not really sure where to start.
yeah.
This has like so many aspects of like a whiskey or a bourbon in it, with some other like vaguely distinctive American single malt characteristics that I think is like really nice together.
Yes.
If you're gonna try to bridge the gap between bourbon and American single malt, I think this does a fantastic job.
It's an amazing comparison, honestly. And I know a lot of you folks out there love that high proof stuff too. So that 123 proof, you can really pick up some char that you do in some of your good bourbons that you drink. It definitely still hits me with those baking spices, are a little bit more on the palate than they were in the aromas. Still get that cinnamon a little bit.
That cinnamon is really nice. Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to buy me one of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, try to hit the nail on the head with that one, folks. If you're a hardcore bourbon drinker and you kind of sitting on the fence, you may want to try an American single malt. Can't go wrong.
I will say this: I'm a little jet lagged. I can feel I got a little stuffiness going on, but as it stands right now, even though this is an American single malt, if I tasted this blind without knowing what it was, I would have a very hard time picking out the fact that it is an American single malt.
This is 100% malted barley.
Wow.
This will be 100% malted barley.
That's hard to believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you wouldn't know either, would you? Well,
there's kids that just arrived at the house, so if you can hear the elephant.
You want to text your sister. That would be probably Bexley. She usually comes running through pretty hardcore.
Yep.
All right, buddy, what do we got coming up next?
Okay. I always love. I'm a part of the Westward, the free Westward single barrel club or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't even know when some of this stuff comes out. I have my stuff sent to Jay, and he'll text me and be like, "There's 3 bottles of Westward here," because I guess I signed up 3 times. So
what? Okay.
One of them was this Trinity blend, or Trinity of casks. Sorry, I actually had this one sent to our good friend Bourbon Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I felt bad because I kept having stuff delivered to Jay's, and the guy was beating on his door because I had to be of age to get this delivered. But this is the Trinity of casks. This is 94 proof. I did look it up, surprisingly enough. It is a blend of 3 casks between 5 and 12 years old. And this is about $100, $99.95. And you can buy these if you're like in their free Westward single barrel club.
Yeah.
We'll put a link to that in the description too.
Yeah, and mention that to them, Trenton, too, because you're in the club. I'm not, but the club does not cost you anything to join.
It's free.
You just get the opportunity to buy their releases.
Yes.
If I'm saying that
correct.
correctly. And that's about right. You know, Westward's going to run you a minimum $80 upwards, and most all of them are about $100. That's just what they run.
Dude, to me, just like what the profile that Westward has to me is like an old friend.
You said it in a prior video, Trent, and I think you were on the mark. Is they have that brewer background.
Yep.
You know, all the guys that work over there, they got that, and ladies, they got that brewery background, the brewer background. And I just think whatever they do with the barley, because of that background, just lends to a very distinctive and luxurious profile.
You're throwing me off with it by putting this peated thing because I'm getting wafts of peat, and it's very confusing.
It's coming.
It's confusing. No, but if there is a distillery that has a more distinctive flavor profile, like off the rip on the nose,
it is. Another one that's 100% malted barley, and to me, it's Trenton. Some people refer to it as peaches and this and that, but that apricot shines through so much in the aromas for me, and I just love it.
It's like a funky apricot, man.
It is.
It's so nice. And again, this is a 5 to 12 year blend. Three casks, 5 to 12 year blend. Again, it'd be about $100.
It's almost 94 like a stewed apricot with some syrup.
It is.
You know, that to me, it's wonderful.
Dude, if you could eat the way a Starbucks smells, that's how this tastes. It is so like coffee ground.
There is quite a bit in here.
Oh,
in this one.
I wonder if they ever aged anything in like a coffee cask, because I have that like old Riley coffee cask finish. I'd be curious on how like the mocha coffee notes in here like meld with that.
To me, Trent, now you're a bit better than I am with all this stuff, but I'm still getting that right up front. I'm getting that little bit of that apricot, that bright, zesty apricot. It goes into that brown sugary type sweetness, but then it goes into that, and the coffee notes are a little bit bitter. A little bit bitter.
And that's what I love.
Well, I know. I was just gonna say that runs right up Trenton's alley, man. You got any of his cocktails? He always likes some form of some bitterness, and actually the Campari cocktails and so forth. So that coffee note has got that slight bitterness in there too.
But it has like this like hint of like there's still like a mocha note in here. It's almost like a mocha cold brew type of a thing. I usually just get my cold brews just black. I like black coffee.
Okay.
But this is like so nice.
Yeah. It.
I want to take a bath in it.
What I love about Westward too is the texture of the sip is just velvety. Always. I don't think I have a bottle of Westward where the viscosity and the texture isn't just silky smooth.
Again, though, I question. It's only 94 proof.
That's
what I know that's what Miles. I know what Miles said before.
Excel in that proof range, that 90 to 100 proof range. They excel in that.
I wonder if Jonathan had a say in this because it's very coffee heavy. He's a big coffee guy. Yeah.
Might have picked some casks that had that dominant profile. It's pretty good. You drank all yours. Come on, dude.
I finished mine.
Well, I know why, because really I'm saving the best for last here.
Oh, we've gotten a lot of comments, messages, emails, and so forth. Westward did publish something that's saying that they were filing for Chapter 11, Subchapter 5 bankruptcy. I did talk to Alexandra, and I was informed that it is going to continue business as usual.
Yeah.
That is all I know.
Yeah, and I've had probably 24 messages concerning that same subject.
Yeah.
And all we know is they're not planning on buttoning up.
That is what I understand as well.
So we don't have any other information than that, nor should we, to be honest with you. But they're going to continue to distill whiskey, barrel it, and move forward.
And if they ever go out of business, I will take out a personal loan and purchase them.
Wow, okay. Here we go. Okay.
We're on to a peated one.
Yeah. This was a gift. This is a gift from Chris when he came down here. So he lives out there on the West Coast, and I can't get McCarthy's in our area to save my life. I just can't do it. And if he comes around, he usually gets something that's distinctive to his area, and I appreciate that, Chris. Thank you. This is, what was it? Hood River? Is that what it is?
Yes, Hood River Distilling.
Yep, Hood River Distilling. This is McCarthy's. This is an Oloroso cask finish. This is aged 6 years. 112 proof. This is a peated American single malt. Here's the cool thing about it. They import all of their peated malt, all their peated malted barley from Scotland. So that's what Hood River does.
Okay.
They bring in Scottish barley that's already been peated.
Interesting.
So that's what they do. So this has been distilled, barreled, and then finished in Oloroso sherry casks. On the back label, this is also non-chill filtered. Now,
do we have peat bogs in the U.S.?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Because I know, like, Cedar Ridge also, they came out with that, like, peated... Is that the Amontillado or the pear brandy one? They did a peated single malt as well.
Oh, it might be over there.
And I'd be curious... I don't know, there's like 900 new bottles over here to the left. We're trying to figure out when we're going to fit all these into a video. But that's cool. I didn't know that about
yeah. They're roughly going to be over $100, probably around $120. Now, you did say you looked it up, though. And said,
yeah, you can buy this on their website right now for $120. It's a 6-year. I'll put it in the description along with these other ones.
And it is a limited release. This is one of their limited releases, but they still have some for sale.
See, it's... I'll let you talk.
No. Go ahead. I want you to go ahead.
It's conflicting because while I'm not the biggest fan of a peated whiskey, I have been enjoying the lightly peated stuff like the Campbelltowns and then that kind of thing. I don't have a problem with it. When it gets to like Ardbegs and Lafroigs and Octomores, that's where I struggle a little bit. It's not really my vibe.
Okay.
This isn't to that level.
Not at all.
But it still reminds me if I were to eat one of those Bean Boozled jelly beans that tasted like a tire.
Yeah. Well, to me...
But I smell something sweet in it.
Okay. Thanks for that. To me, this peat is extremely soft and pillowy, and it's luxurious. It's creamy in effect.
I'll give you that. It's confusing because I don't know. I'm not used to comparing like what a normal peated Scotch might be like compared to this.
To me, there's a beautiful vanilla note coming through beyond the peat, plus a little bit of that jammy note from the Oloroso. But that jammy note isn't front and center. It's not. The peat is. And it's just a very luxurious type of peat note. It's not ashy, and sometimes they even say trashy. It's not like that. It's light barbecue.
Is there like some vague like citrusy notes in this?
Maybe.
For some reason I'm thinking like grapefruit and I can't figure out why. But I do get the vanilla.
That's probably coming through from the Oloroso.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. Yay for me.
It smells like when you walk by an ashtray at a gas station. And like somebody just put one out. I don't know, man.
Absolutely not. That's not true. That's a beautiful sip. Now, if you absolutely do not like peated whiskeys, this one is not for you. The peat is actually more up front and center and concentrated on the sip than it was on the nose. I'll grant you that.
I still get a little bit of this like vague vanilla-iness, but because I'm a little bit more sensitive to peat, it's kind of just taken over full-fledged. How does this compare to like on the sip to like an Ardbeg or one of the more peated?
It's pretty close.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Because I've tried some of the Ardbegs.
I should have tried to find a ppm parts per million for the phenols if it was available for this one, because you can find that in Scotch whiskeys to give you how much actual peat level you'll get in the sip. I didn't look that up, but it's got to be pretty close. It's got to be around the 40 mark. It's got to be in that 30 to 40 ppms in my guess. And that's a guess. If those who look it up at home, put it in the comments there, because I'd like to know myself too. Then I will. I'll look it up later. But to me, it's still that deep, dark, like almost a charred molasses type peat for me.
Okay.
That's what it is for me. And I am getting that fruit note. The fruit note is not stewed dark fruit. It's more like a bright cherry note of some sort. It does have more zestiness, as Trent mentioned, than the normal that you would find.
Is this kind of meaty? Mm-hmm. I'm getting like a smoked salami. Mm-hmm. A little bit. Mm-hmm. And not in a way that's off-putting. It's just one of those things I'm going in. Yeah. It's not like a barbecue.
No,
it's like an
very
Italian
distinctive barbecue.
Yeah, this is not that.
No, I would say you're right. That's why I went with like a charred molasses type note, because it's a little sweet too. But I like what you're saying there, smoked meat of some sort.
I like salami.
Yeah.
So I should probably just Google this, but I'm going to ask it anyways. When they say like parts per million, mm-hmm. they're like smoking the barley on the barley floor or whatever, right? And then they light the peat on fire. However, they smoke the peat.
I think okay. I'm not the guy, but you have the barley floor, and then the peat's below it. Uh-huh. So the peat is lit on fire, and then it comes to a smoking, and it smokes, and all that smoke comes up. It smokes the barley.
So the more peat, the higher the ppm would be.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, the more peat influence on the barley, then I would assume. Once again, I'm assuming that has to do with how much time it spends on the barley floor.
Yeah,
saturating that peat smoke. So
I have to look into that. It's really interesting.
Very interesting.
While it might not be my thing, it's still interesting to kind of hear how it's made.
Mm-hmm. Very good, guys. Listen, McCarthy's is numero uno in the United States, the very first distillery to make American single malt.
I did hear that. It was from Phil. Yeah. Phil was telling me that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so very number one. And they do it right. They're just not widely dispersed, unfortunately. Yeah. But if you run across anything McCarthy, they do have unpeated malts as well. But they do a decent amount of peated whiskeys, but they have a lot of good stuff, and they do it right. They do a great job in it. Thank you, Chris. It's very unusual for me to get a bottle because I don't see it.
Chris is a good guy.
Yes, it is.
Well, guys, again, if any of these sounded interesting, I would urge all of you to try something up here. Mm-hmm. If you can afford it. Again, these aren't cheaper releases.
No.
$70, $100, $120. Mm-hmm. All the links will be in the description. You can buy them online. Again, it's going to vary by state where you can have these shipped to and purchased. But if you have a family member, a friend, or whoever that lives in a state where you might be able to get this shipped to, and then go pick it up or something, I would highly recommend every one of these. This is probably, in terms of a more heavily peated Scotch, or not a Scotch, sorry, a heavily peated American single malt. I would rather have this than like an Ardbeg or a Lafroig or something. It's a little bit less offensive, or peated. I don't want to say offensive. It's a little less peated for my palate.
You can use whatever words you need to use for yourself, dude. That's fine.
It's kind of offensive, but that's okay. I'm gonna try it. You said they make stuff that's non-peated.
Yes.
I'm gonna give some of that a shot and see how I like it.
All right. That's all you got for you today, guys. Hey, listen, Wednesday, we're back on track with our Bourbon Madness tournament, and I know you're going to say it. Back on track. We only have 2 more videos. We're into the Elite 8. We are actually in the Elite 8.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. I've been told that. Some people messaged me. Yes, you are in the Elite 8. So we have Wednesday to knock off 2 more brackets, and then we'll knock off another 2 brackets on Friday night, this Friday night. 8 p.m. Central Time is going to be our finals. Trent will be back here with me.
It's been
the finals of Bourbon Madness tournament. So don't miss that.
And what I'm going to do right now is have like kind of a segue for Kyle to put in the fact that we forgot to say something about the Friday live stream at the beginning of the video. So we'll see how he does that. But so if you want to sign off, we'll enjoy the rest of your Easter. Well, I hope you had a good Easter.
Yeah.
Because today's
Monday. Hope you had a good Easter weekend, guys.
Yeah.
As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. Trenton's babbling. He's got to go home and take a nap.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time right down here with Trent and me in a good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.